When I first mooted the idea of a global fund, in fact, I called it a war chest. Quite a lot of people laughed it off, saying, there he goes again, dreaming. You know, and I love dreams. It always starts with a dream.
Ask yourself, what do you need to live? Food? A home? A job? Your family? Love? And health. Without health, the others are not enough. It's one thing we all have in common.
If we are in the same boat, then a hole at one end of the boat puts all of us at risk.
Around the world, AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria kill millions of people each year and handicap the development of entire nations. These diseases are not invincible, far from it. But to fight them, it takes commitment, the right strategies, money and leadership.
The creation of the Global Fund was one of the kindest, most important things that happened to help improve people's lives. The treatment, whether it's for tuberculosis or AIDS or malaria, is saving lives, and that has a catalytic effect on allowing the community to take care of itself.
In 2002, the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria was founded to bring massive amounts of new funding to the fight against these three diseases.
There's truly an era prior to the Global Fund and an era after the Global Fund. When it comes to AIDS, in 2001, 2002, there was barely anyone on treatment in the developing world. Today, it is over 4 million people who access antiretroviral treatment, the life-saving therapy for AIDS.
2/3 of all international funding to fight TB and malaria, and nearly a quarter of the money used to fight AIDS, is now being channeled through the Global Fund.
I think it's fantastic to see how money provided by donors turns into real help, real medicine, and save the life of real people.
Through the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria, over 3,500 lives are saved every day. That's 1.3 million people every year. We can win the fight against these diseases. It's just a matter of galvanizing the funding and getting the political will to achieve this.
Today, hundreds of thousands of health workers around the world are dedicating their work to saving lives with resources channeled through the Global Fund.
It's the countries that are in the driving seat. The countries decide on their programs, they decide on their budgets, they decide on how the money will be channeled. What we ask in return are the results.
The Global Fund is flexible. It doesn't make one-size-fits-all recommendations. The fund's focus on results has really helped drive progress towards the Millennium Development Goals.
While making sure that donor resources are being put to good use, the Global Fund is also strengthening ways in which partners can work together to fight diseases.
No one can fight an epidemic alone, nor the Ministry of Health or the public sector or the private sector or the civil society or the international organizations. When it comes to fighting an epidemic, everyone has to come together.
Well, the Global Fund is run very professionally. It sets big goals, it measures itself, it's constantly improving, and the injection of resources, expertise from businesses could help the Global Fund be even more ambitious.
All of us can be proud of what we have established, what we have done, but more importantly, be conscious of what still needs to be done.
There can be no let-up in the fight against AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. If we ease up, this disease will re-emerge. We either win this fight or we lose it. The success of the Global Fund is a test of global solidarity.
If we are to achieve the goal of eliminating transmission of the virus from mothers to children by 2015, there is still a lot of work that has to be done, but it is within our reach.
We can turn the tide on TB and ensuring that we've halted and begun to reverse the incidence of TB by providing access to treatment to those who need it. We also have the opportunity to end malaria deaths. Just like HIV, AIDS and TB, we have the tools needed to prevent and treat malaria. Death by a mosquito bite, no. Not in the 21st century, we're not having that. These are very big and very bold and ambitious goals, but they're absolutely achievable.